You may think sleep is your safest time, but what if I told you the way you sleep could be silently raising your risk of stroke? Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan Myers, a stroke specialist with over 30 years of experience. I've seen too many patients healthy on the outside suffer life-changing strokes simply because of how their body rests at night. One of them was George, 68, who nearly died in his sleep, all because of a position he thought was harmless. In this video, I'll show you the most dangerous sleep posture for stroke risk and the best one to protect your brain starting tonight. So, let's begin with the worst sleep position and why it may be cutting off blood flow to your brain without you even realizing it. Let me tell you about George. A 68-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio, George, lived a pretty healthy life. No smoking, no major heart issues. But he had one habit he never thought twice about. He always slept flat on his backhands, folded on his chest. One night, his wife noticed something odd. He was snoring louder than usual, and then he went silent. By the time she shook him awake, George's right arm was limp and his face had started to droop. He had suffered a stroke in his sleep. Why did this happen? Sleeping flat on your back, especially without proper head elevation, can reduce blood flow in key arteries that feed your brain. It may also increase the likelihood of sleep apnea, a condition that causes pauses in breathing during sleep. These pauses can trigger a sudden drop in oxygen levels, increased blood pressure swings, and dangerous clot formation, all known stroke risks. For seniors, especially those with undiagnosed sleep apnea or vascular issues, this position can create a perfect storm at night. The muscles in the throat relax more when lying flat, potentially blocking airflow. And when the brain gets less oxygen for hours, night after night, the cumulative effect can be damaging. Some researchers have also found that back sleeping may exacerbate circulation problems in the vertebrobasilar system, the arteries that supply the back of the brain, which is where many strokes occur. Now, I'm not saying everyone who sleeps on their back will have a stroke. But if you snore, have high blood pressure, diabetes, or a history of mini strokes, TIAs sleeping flat on your back could quietly be increasing your risk every night. The good news: there's a far safer position that helps your brain, and we'll talk about that next. But first, let's understand what happens inside your body when you shift how you sleep. When you sleep, your brain doesn't shut down. It enters one of the most critical maintenance modes of your entire day. During deep sleep, something remarkable happens. Your brain's glymphatic system kicks into high gear. Think of it like a nightly cleaning crew flushing out toxins, cellular waste, and excess proteins that, if left behind, can contribute to memory, decline, cognitive dysfunction, and yes, a higher risk of stroke. But here's the key. Most people don't realize this process only works efficiently when circulation to your brain remains steady and unobstructed. Now let's connect this to your sleep position. When you lie flat on your back, especially if you're over 50, there's a greater chance your tongue and soft palate will fall backward, partially blocking your airway. This reduces oxygen intake, especially during REM sleep. At the same time, gravity can reduce venous drainage, slowing the outflow of blood from the brain. That combination, less oxygen in and slower blood out, creates the perfect storm for decreased brain perfusion. Over time, this can stress your blood vessels, raise intracranial pressure, and increase your stroke risk, especially if you already have high blood pressure or sleep apnea. Meanwhile, certain sleep positions, like lying on your side, particularly your left side, improve both respiratory and circulatory flow. They reduce pressure on the heart and major arteries, making it easier for your brain to receive steady, oxygen-rich blood throughout the night. It's not just about comfort. It's about preserving brain health while you sleep. So the next time you lay your head down at night, ask yourself, is my brain getting what it needs to stay clean, clear, and protected while I rest? In the next section, we'll break down why your sleep position could be the difference between a healthy morning and a silent overnight stroke, and introduce you to someone who found out the hard way. Now that you understand how sleep can affect your brain circulation, let's break down the most common sleep positions and what they mean for your stroke risk. We'll start with the worst: sleeping on your stomach. When you lie face down, your neck is forced into an unnatural twist. This position can compress arteries in your neck, reduce blood flow to the brain, and increase pressure on the spine and chest. It also restricts breathing, which lowers oxygen saturation, a dangerous combination for stroke-prone individuals. Next comes sleeping flat on your back. While this may feel neutral, especially with a fluffy pillow, it's risky for seniors. In this position, gravity can cause the tongue and soft tissues to fall backward, partially obstructing the airway. For people with sleep apnea diagnosed or not, this makes oxygen levels drop and blood pressure rise throughout the night. And as you learned earlier, low oxygen and high blood pressure are a stroke's perfect storm. Now let's move to side sleeping, which is generally safer, but there's a difference between sides. Sleeping on your right side is acceptable, but may place pressure on the vena cava, the large vein that returns blood to the heart. While not directly linked to stroke, it can affect circulation, especially in people with heart conditions. The best sleep position for stroke prevention. Left side sleeping. When you sleep on your left side, your body supports better lymphatic drainage, improved heart circulation, and less pressure on major blood vessels. It can also reduce acid reflux and snoring, two factors that disturb sleep quality and indirectly raise blood pressure. So if you're going to make one change tonight, start by adjusting your position. Even a small tilt to the left side could help your brain rest safer. But posture isn't everything. How you support your head and neck matters just as much. That's what we'll cover next. We'll go over the best ways to support your brain during sleep, using pillow adjustments, bed angles, and practical tips you can implement tonight. Now that you know left side sleeping is best for brain circulation, let's talk about how to optimize your sleep setup, because even the right position can go wrong without the right support. Start with your pillow. If it's too thick or too thin, it can bend your neck, unnaturally compressing arteries that carry blood to your brain. Look for a pillow that supports the natural curve of your neck without tilting your head too far forward or back. For side sleepers, a medium firm pillow that keeps your head aligned with your spine is ideal. Next, the height of your head. Elevating your head just slightly, about 4 to 6 inches, can help reduce nighttime blood pressure spikes and lower the risk of sleep apnea-related oxygen drops. You don't need a fancy adjustable bed. A wedge pillow or even placing blocks under the head of your mattress can gently raise the upper body without straining your back. Neck support is crucial. If your pillow allows your chin to tuck into your chest, you're closing off your airway. Instead, your neck should feel open with your jaw level, not tilted up or down. Also consider a body pillow. Hugging one can help you stay on your side and reduce pressure on your shoulders and hips. For those who toss and turn, it can be the key to maintaining left side sleep all night. And don't forget your mattress. If it's too soft, your body will sink, causing your neck and hips to twist. Too firm and pressure points form. Look for a mattress that supports without sagging, especially around the shoulders and hips for side sleeping. With a few adjustments tonight, you can wake up with better circulation, lower blood pressure, and a stronger shield against stroke. But even with the best sleep setup, none of it matters if you ignore warning signs. In the next part, I'll show you how to recognize red flags that your sleep is silently increasing your stroke risk. You might be thinking, I sleep fine, I'm not at risk. But stroke rarely gives a warning you can hear. Instead, it whispers through small red flags at night, and unless you know what to look for, you'll miss them until it's too late. Let's start with the most overlooked sign, waking up gasping or choking. If this happens even just once a week, your airway may be collapsing during sleep. This can lower oxygen levels and raise nighttime blood pressure, both dangerous stroke triggers. Don't ignore it. Next, morning headaches. Many people dismiss them as dehydration or poor sleep, but frequent headaches upon waking can mean your brain wasn't getting enough oxygen during the night. It's your brain's way of saying, something's off. Dry mouth in the morning is another clue. It often signals mouth breathing due to restricted airflow, again a subtle sign of possible sleep apnea or poor positioning that's interrupting circulation. Now here's one that surprises many of my patients, waking up feeling more tired than before you went to bed. That groggy, heavy feeling isn't normal. It means your sleep cycle was fragmented, possibly due to oxygen drop, snoring, or poor blood flow. Left unchecked, this can lead to long-term brain fatigue and vascular stress. Snoring itself, especially loud or irregular snoring, is a major red flag. It's not just a nuisance, it's a possible sign your breathing is stopping during sleep. Combined with back sleeping, this becomes a perfect storm for brain injury. Finally, pay attention to numbness, tingling, or weakness in your arms or legs upon waking. These could be temporary circulation issues or early signs of a TIA, a mini stroke that happened while you slept. These signs aren't just sleep issues, they're warning lights, and they're telling you change your habits or you're gambling with your brain. So how do you protect yourself starting tonight? In our final part, I'll give you a simple doctor-approved checklist to sleep smarter and safer starting now. You've made it this far, and that tells me something important. You care about protecting your brain, your independence, and your future. We've talked about how something as simple as how you sleep can shape your stroke risk more than you ever imagined. From the hidden dangers of back sleeping to the red flags your body might be showing every morning, it's clear sleep isn't just rest. It's brain maintenance. So here's my final advice. As your doctor tonight, take a few small steps. Switch to side sleeping, ideally on your left. Use a supportive pillow that keeps your head slightly elevated. And if you've noticed any red flags like loud snoring, gasping, or waking up groggy, talk to your doctor. These signs matter. Signs. Stroke doesn't wait for morning, but tonight you can make one change that may save your life. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to our channel. That's how we grow this community and bring life-saving advice to millions more seniors just like you. Your brain is counting on you. I'm Dr. Jonathan Myers. Thank you for watching, and sleep safely tonight.